Klawndyke, everything's fine. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Layouts sprawling, stories to unfold. Metal giants, new and old. Scale detail, G-scale night, steam whistle echoes through the morning light. Trains on tracks, engines roar, steam whistle blowing, always want more. Building dreams one module at a time. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Layouts sprawling, stories to unfold. Metal giants, new and old. Scale detail, G-scale night, steam whistle echoes through the morning light. Trains on tracks, engines roar, steam whistle blowing, always want more. Building dreams one module at a time. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine.
Good morning. How are you doing, guys? Episode 27. Cameras are working. Looks like Mike is working well. Let's see, we have a few in the house this morning. We have good morning, Stan. And good morning, Barry Olson. Good morning, me. Good morning, Andrew. Hope you're up and alive this morning. Well, of course, because you're on here. Thank you for joining in while you're at work. Don't get in trouble. Stan, sir. Good morning, Robert. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning. A little late morning coffee with Klawndyke. Thank you for joining. Who knows what we're going to have in store today? I don't sometimes. I'm still trying to wake up. I woke up kind of late, so I had to rush to get everything together here. But it looks like everything's working great. Well-deserved little Folgers. I don't do well with fancy stuff. Let's see. Well, this morning we're gonna touch bases on a couple of things. One, you know that I love 3D printing, and I love different scales. I should have brought it over. I have a really cute. Yeah, actually, let me grab it. Excuse me for a second. This is a sweet. It's a little print. I was asked if I was able to do one, so I did. And it's an N scale. Like I said, I'm kind of rushing this morning, so I didn't get everything set up here. Okay. I'm gonna swap out here. Check this out. Whoop. Timber. So what we got going on here is this would be like a baggage car, I'm assuming. It's kind of hard to. This camera's dark. And passenger car. This is FDM. It's not resin. But FDM, I'd say it's great for prototyping to see if you like the idea before you take it to resin. But I forgot. I apologize because I'm bad with names. I'll forget them in 2 days. Well, more like 2 minutes. But I'm impressed with these little guys. I think this would work out beautiful for N scale. There's the chassis. And then I'm assuming this sits underneath for like a belly. There we go. Kind of a cool deal. That's on the N scale side. But today we're going to be working on a much larger project. And it puts together a couple different genres for me. One a little bit sci-fi, and next is G scale, big. I'm not going to say exactly what this is. You guys should be able to figure it out as we go. So we're going to quickly hopefully quickly put together this model that was 3D printed. I picked up this model in 2018. So I went looking. It used to be on Thingiverse. It's not there. You might have to do a little searching around for it. Let's see how well this works. There we go. Ta-da! My messy table. Mr. Gatton is in the house. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? I actually made it. Woke up a little late, but I made it. Yeah, I do apologize about last week. Yeah, we had the stomach bug here, and it was not fun. It was not fun at all, and I don't think it it would have been wise to be on camera that day. I missed hanging out with you guys, but it is what it is. When you have, you know, a couple little petri dishes running around the house, you're bound to get something. You know, family love to share. Some things I prefer not to, but that was one thing that that we did share. Let's see if we can do OTZ. Is that any better? There we go. So what I have here are 3D printed walls, kind of a brick texture. Let's see if you can see those. That's kind of hard to see with the white on light. But right now I'm just gonna knock off the flashing on it. I guess you call it flashing. It's actually the brim that keeps it held down to the table. Now the cool thing is all these prints were all of them done. Most of them were done on the Neptune 4 Max, and you'll see why in a second. Especially when you look at this. This is printed one piece, and it pretty much took the whole bed out. Now, one thing I like to do, and I see it a lot in T-Track, where guys will mix in sci-fi and science fiction and inspiration from movies, and I love it. I think it's pretty cool. And in G scale and HO, you don't see too much of it, but hopefully we can change that today. Anyone got anything good going on this week, or anything new, Dave? Little update on the school. Haven't seen that for a little while. But something I like to do. I need to talk with Mr. Andrew, which I know you're listening. Andrew's picked up Tinkercad extremely well, and I was thinking on doing some, like on Friday nights, doing some videos on Fusion 360, just the basics, you know, to get going from there. Okay, we're almost ready to start assembling this. Front cam. There we go. And where are we today? We're in Kansas City, by the way, behind me. Now the links for this and the videos you'll see here shortly, they're actually down below. I actually got them in ahead of time. And let's start with oh, I can't wait to see it. That's cruel. Yes, but you can't talk about it. Well, at least I know you're working on it, so that's really neat. That's really cool. So far that Dave's let out, he's working on his old schoolhouse from when he was a kid, and he scaled it in of all scales, O scale. So you know it's not a small model, and just like this, David designed it and sent it to his printers and built a beautiful. Oh gosh, I mean it looks accurate. It's like museum quality for this model. And I think it is awesome. I think it is awesome. I'd love to see a train run around it, but that's me. Okay, we're almost there. Got one more to clean up. But yeah, keep an eye on Dave's channel for updates. That's Gatton CNC. These are the neatest little tools. Okay, so if you get into 3D printing, this is just a regular deburr tool. I gotta figure out why that camera's so dark. But this is a nice tool to have, and the blades are replaceable. But it makes cleaning up so much quicker. Now, I do believe I gave myself enough time to knock this model out. And again, this one's going to be G scale. This will be going outside. I might not leave it out per se because I did not print this one in PETG. I actually printed it in PLA. But it's not dark, so I'm not going to stress too much on it. But we have all of our walls cleaned up. That's more coffee. Oh, noticed a couple good train shows out there. DeBob came out with a really good video. Yes, I did. They're all on. It's just because, as you can see, these cameras are fine. You know what? Let me switch views here real quick. Because I am also in black today. Oh, I hear a train. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Lights. Yeah, lights are on. Pet G for the win. It's a good mistake. Matter of fact, it should be here today. I went to order 4 rolls of white PLA, and I ordered 4 rolls of high-speed Pet G, which is good because I was down to one. Well, I have 2 rolls, so I'll have 6 rolls of Pet G, 4 rolls of PLA. But yeah, Pet G is probably one of the better filaments to use, especially for outside use, because it can take the heat a lot better. If it's going to be in the shade or you're not putting it out every day, I don't stress depending upon the span. You know, if you have a big span, it's going to want to sag. So that's where Pet G goes in for the win. The Pet G master race. Oh, hey, we got an intermodal. There it is. Kansas City is busy this morning. Who do we have here? We have Crooked River and Eastern Railroad. Let's see if we can do this. Where is that it? and it works. This is HO. His layout's HO, but he's got some really cool things, and he's working on his yard, his intermodal yard. Oh, his consist is huge. I don't know if you guys have seen his layout, but it wraps around where it looks like a U-shaped room. Beautiful, beautiful layout. Let's see, but he's working on his yard. Here we go. See, I want to do a small version, or I was thinking about doing a small version. I've got so many irons in the fire on my layout, but I also want to add a switching puzzle. So it's a flip of the coin between intermodal or I'll probably do the switching puzzle because I do want to run ops. Even though it's a T-track layout, you can still run ops, and that's what I want to do with this one. So on the back side, I'm going to actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a switching puzzle. I'll have a little double for intermodal, so nothing major, but another nice thing is we can always change it up as we go. But check out Crooked River and Eastern Railroad. I've got a link down below. He does some really good work, a lot of good videos. And we're going to flip into Dennis with N-Scale Train Boy. He's actually working on some buildings for a change. Now, I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to weathering and painting. I have an idea. I've played around a little bit with it, but nothing to the scope of a lot of you guys out there, and no master by any means. I'm still the grasshopper. But yeah, he takes you in and shows you Google Earth, which is a really cool tool. You can go in and look at pretty much any building that you can see from the road. And he uses those buildings as references. This is a nice shot of a train station from Google Earth. So, I mean, Google Earth is a great place for your inspiration. Yeah, love those videos. Keep them coming, because I'm learning a lot, especially from Dennis, this young gentleman. He knows quite a bit for weathering and stuff. And for me, for being an old fart, I don't mind. I'll sit back and listen and learn something new. You can learn, if you learn something new every day, you're doing awesome. At least that's my motto. I try to pick up something new every day. But again, check out the links down below for the videos that I'll be showing tonight or this morning. I'm not even. Let's go to the table. And oh, front table zoom. There we go. And we're going to actually kind of assemble this one a little bit. We're going to start with assembling the walls. Let's see how much we can get done in 30 minutes. I need my tool. I should, on my screenshots, I should add a front view camera from the overhead. What do you guys think? So, when I first looked at this, because there's not a lot of instructions on how to put it together, but there's a lot of really cool parts. Like this is the corner piece. Let's see. It has a bunch of rivets and some really cool stuff in it. It gives you that not quite steampunk, but diesel maybe. And these here were printed on the Bamboo Lab, the A1 combo, and they turn out phenomenal. It's pretty bad. I love the printer. I'm just not fond of the company. But they did it right when they made the printers. Now, talk about printers. Here's the fourth corner. My son ran his Ender 3 into the ground. So he started using my printers. So when I needed to print stuff for the shop, it was occupied. So I ended up picking up Robert and Izzy. They both can use it. A new printer. First time I've tried the Flash Forge. It's the Adventure 5, and it's funny because I let the kids do literally do an unboxing. So we recorded it. We'll see if anything comes out of it, but they had a blast. And between the both of them, mind you, I didn't step in. They both did it. My daughter she's 14 years old, and my son is 10. And between the two of them, they actually got it up and running extremely easy. So the printers are becoming more and more kid-friendly, which I think is awesome. All right, now we have our doorways. Check that out. You know what I'm going to try to do? Let's see if I can restart this or figure out why my camera's dark. Maybe. Huh. Well, brightness. It's kind of blue. Show you what I'm looking at here. Phone 1. How's that? Now what we have here are the entrances. So we have 3 standard doors, and then we have our garage door. If anyone's figured out what I'm working on, let me know down below. I'm not going to say until the end, but by then you should know. And again, this is all this whole model is 3D printed. The bigger pieces were done on the Neptune Max. The smaller pieces were done between the Creality and the I used the Bamboo. Okay, then we have our back. This is our back wall, and it's a nice brick wall. Let's see if you can see the bricks in that camera. No. Believe it or not, it's white's just a washout. You already knew. You cheated. Okay. So on this one, we're going to build up a wall, and this is the front entrance. I do believe that's it. Now what I like using is I have a medium CA glue, and then a kicker. Now I put my kicker in these little squeeze bottles instead of using the spray, because the spray, when you spray it, it goes everywhere. This here you have more control and just a little drop. And here's my glue. The only thing with this one is the very tip of it will dry up, but it's real easy to open. If you're not afraid of fire, you just warm it up and it melts it, and it'll open it right up. Usually. Ouch. Hot. There we go. So this is it comes out good when it's opened up really nice. But again, see with the drop, it's controllable. So literally, it's just like that, and that piece is now glued together as one. We're going to add the door. Now this, believe it or not, this one won't. This building does not take very long to assemble. Yeah. We'll put a little glue around this. So anybody do anything exciting? Yeah, you already knew. You already knew. You cheated. Love you too, buddy. Uh, and there's one wall finished. So we have our, it'd be like a storefront, I guess, or an office entrance. And then on this one, we will add our door. I'm not doing anything fancy on gluing it. I'm just putting it on here. And we will prime it and paint it later. But I love this glue for how well it works for models like this. I don't I don't recommend using it to assemble modules. Maybe to hold it temporarily as the wood glue dries. But for plastic on plastic, that is just awesome. Oh. And we have, it's our back panel. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm using this back wall as a guide to make sure I line it up, because these just pretty much sit on here when you glue them, but once they're done, they're set in place. Oops. Total time for print, probably took me a couple days maybe to do all this. But with the new printers, it's so quick. We did hair ties. Izzy did a couple combs, hair combs with dragons, which are really cool. And they were done in an hour and a half, if that. And on this one, see, this is where when you put it together, instead of putting brick going across, you just literally left the two. If you do a little search, Red Rocket, what do you call it? truck stop, I think. Um, you can find stuff on this, but as far as finding the files, I do not know um, why they pulled it from Thingiverse. Who knows? It could be like with me and my oops, when I did the the what is it, the Dark Knight machine gun for the car, and it was too, I guess it was too good. But that's Warner Brother. I understand Warner Brother. Let's see, do we have a Zoom? That is Zoom. Aren't these cool? So now we have, we'll call it our west wall, our east wall, our south wall, and our north wall. So this is slowly taking shape. The hardest part was actually just getting everything to print right. I don't have a link right now because it used to be on Thingiverse. You could find this on Thingiverse, and it was available. Like I said, I downloaded this in 2018, so just a couple of years ago. And I haven't looked back since to see when they took it down from Thingiverse. I bet you if you look though, you'll find it. And if I do find a link to this, I'll definitely share it. But again, I downloaded this in 2018, so I've had this model for quite a while. I love it, and the cool thing is now with, spring is here. Um, we're working on some garden railroading, which is going to be a kick in the butt. So coming up here shortly, you'll see more and more G scale videos. As Andrew calls me, I am scale confused. Uh, hey, at least the cool thing is while you're sitting in the excavator, um, you get the opportunity to listening. Thank you. But we're gonna let these walls sit here just for a second and dry up, and let's do another. Well, we'll be looking at it now. This is the Des Moines transfer. I don't know who this is, but Des Moines is local to me, and I love his layout, and he does a lot of ops. And his is HO. And again, links for this is down below. Yeah, if you like watching ops and some other stuff, these guys are really great. I'm still learning it. And I'm between like this gentleman and Heath with Humanity Station Junction. I get it mixed up every time. Sorry, Heath. Love you, man. I've been learning a lot. And next I need to start getting my cars and figuring out what businesses I want as far as on my layout. So I'll need manufacturing and like wholesale retailing. But yeah, beautiful layout. It sits back and does a lot of switching and switching out. This is lumber, it looks like, if I remember right. Oh, that reminds me. Somebody just came out with a new lumber car, except it's a like a fish belly box car. Beautiful engines, beautiful layout, beautiful layout. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, these are all cleaned up. So I'm going to start with the long wall, just in case I need them. Let's get some 1, 2, 3 blocks. I highly recommend getting yourself some medium CA glue. I get a big bottle and I just divvy it up into the smaller ones. And a bottle kicker. Because what I love about the kicker is right now, it's still movable. I can move it around a little bit if I need to, like move it into place. A couple drops of kicker, and I can move my hand from it. I don't even need my blocks. Now, the one thing for sure is when you're doing like the laser cut kits, 1, 2, 3 blocks are really nice to have. Oops, I should be doing this more on camera. Sorry, guys. Now, unlike Dave, I did not design this one, but I am very excited to build this one. I think, did I get a, oh, no tables though. Let's fix that. Front cam. We'll use front cam. Front cam zoom. There we go. And just like that, with the kicker, the big majority of the glue is already set up. So you're already getting an idea of the size of this building. We'll set that here. And this should kind of give it away. Yeah, definitely on the kicker. Like I love the spray. I mean, I get it. It's convenient and easy, but I just feel like you waste so much. Oops. So yeah, definitely check these out. The bottles are cheap. They're very affordable. And the rest of this, once these 4 walls go together, the rest just falls right into place. And then hopefully sometime this week, I will paint it because I will be putting it outside, off and on. I might even take this one to the club. So there's wall 2 is up and ready. So let's move to the front. And again, if you really want to see a really beautiful building that was done, check out Dave Gatton's school. And he modeled it to a T. And it was the school that he went to back in the day when they used horse and carriage. When he was a young man. And of course, the school is no longer there, so all he had was reference photos. And I'll tell you what, Dave knocked it out of the park, especially on how he did it, on finding the measurements and everything of the building, the measurements of the building by utilizing the brick and looking at what the average size of a brick was, and then counting the bricks. Like, you know what? Would you call that a brick counter, like a rivet counter? I do have another thing coming up. I'm waiting for parts, because the cool thing about the T-track, I also want to do a shelf, and I was thinking on using the T-track modules, to do a small like switching or a puzzle layout. But I didn't exactly know how I wanted to put it up, let's say, on a shelf. So that means in order for me to set up one of these modules on a shelf on the wall, I would need something that's at least 13 inches deep. Then put up the brackets, and then put mount the top of the shelf to the brackets, and then add the modules to the top of that. So it's pretty much layered. You'd be able to move the modules. When I do this, the intent is for it to stay. I'm not going to be grabbing a module, taking it down, and replacing it. The intent on this one, I mean, you can do that, but the intent on this one, it's going to be a 1 foot deep so it'll be 2 triples, so it'd be 6 foot. And I saw a gentleman out there. He used the hidden shelf brackets, and I never thought of that until then. And I love the idea, and it's real easy to incorporate into the module ahead of time. So we'll kind of check that out and see how that works. Oh my gosh, we almost have a building. We actually have 4 walls to the station. Let's see. There's our side. Isn't this cool? There's our front, our garage side. And this is all 3D printed. So we're looking at roughly, I don't have a tape measure up here. It's a little over a foot, I would say, by maybe 10 inches. But you get that sci-fi feel. There you go. You can see the rivets on the corners. So amongst this pile, we need a base for this garage. And I just happen to have one right over here. Whoops, did I lose focus? Yep. I think from now on, I'm going to start doing gray. I love white because it just reminds me of the old models. You know, how you get an old car model or a plane or something, and usually the plastics were white. Now I'm going to do this slightly backwards. So we'll put And I'm not going to glue this one just yet. And now this will give you an idea of the size. Let's do. Look at the size of this thing. So now we have the station part with the front counter. We have, oh, this is where you drive through. It's just a single lane. We'll have these fun little gas pumps. Kind of the 40s style, I guess, 50s, which is right in the air for fallout. Let's get a front view. Look at the size of that. Oh. Loading boxcars. Check this out. We're about ready to put the roof on. Now, how's that for taking shape relatively quickly? And you definitely need that. Check that out. So now we have our, oops, let's square it up a little. Our G-scale gas station. Oh, back on the clip I was showing. Okay. Oh, on okay, yeah. Let's see, that was the Des Moines transfer. Yes. Any questions on this one so far? I'm not going to get all into it for this morning, but I wanted to show you guys what I was working on. And if you guys know, I love Fallout. I always have. As you can see, I mean, I've had this since 2018 roughly. No, excuse me. And we're into 2025 with the movie and the show and new games. So I was actually enjoying this before it was even popular. And when this came out, I had to grab it, and I'm glad I did. Like I said, I'll do a little more looking to see if I can find where the STL files are. They're available out there. I know if you do some searching, you'll find them. Like I said, when I got this, it was on Thingiverse. But yeah, let's do a little, see if we can do a walk around with the camera here or with the phone. Check this out. I am loving this. I'm gonna take the phone out the tripod. Oops. You can let me zoom in and zoom out. Hey, there we go. So what we have here is the Red Rocket station. Oh, you know what I forgot? We're gonna go around to the front. I should have done this in red. So, why is it so blue? Or is it just me? Could be just me. There we go. Oops. And you gotta have the red rocket. So that is roughly 1/25th scale, 1/26 scale. It does come with a cool little lift, but the lift I had to resize it to fit anything that's roughly, scaled to 1/25th. My son's got this really cool Lego car, and I figured, you know what, that'll work. But it's a fun lift. Robert's gonna love it. So we'll put that out back at the gas station. And again, it's based roughly in the 50s era, so I love the lines. And you can see there's a few more pieces to put on, and these are the trim pieces that'll go around the top to dress it up. Now tell me that's not cool. So one of the coolest things is with today's technology, you look at what we get. You get into the finer scales, you're going to want something like resin printed. Oh, I forgot this. This is the Nuka-Cola pop machine. Should have done that one in red. Let's see if I can do that with the cam. Oh, I switched cameras. How did I do that? Doo-doo-doo. There we go. That was scary. There's the soda machine. Gotta have a pop machine at a gas station. All right, and let's see. We have one more. Where'd it go? Oops. Jimmy. Jimmy with DIY and digital. The clay. Jimmy's talking about train, and a lot of really good information here. And I just started doing this myself. If I can just find it. Ah, I moved it. Oh. This is the coolest stuff I have tried yet. And if it wasn't for Jimmy, I don't think I would have even used it. There is one little thing I noticed that happens, and this is that red clay, or this not red clay. It's air dry clay, and it's not that expensive. And as you can see, he uses it a lot. And I never thought of using it before until just now after watching Jimmy's videos. And what I love about it is I can give it to the kids and say, here. And then they can work. Like, this is one of my son's little mini circus dioramas that we've been working on. The one thing you have to be careful is you got to clean the top off, or the clay doesn't like to stick too well, but it's easy to glue the clay back on once it dries. But the stuff works great. I'm really, really impressed. It does add a little weight to your modules and stuff, but that's fine. I'm thinking about the ease, and for now, I like to see the kids get into using the clay before we get into the plasters. So the clay is not as messy as the plaster, and you can come up with some really, really cool stuff. I love seeing what he's doing with this stuff, and we're using it on other modules. I do have a lot of plaster that I acquired, which is great, and the cloth, it's pre-plastered cloth. But Jimmy does a great little tutorial on his scenery, and I love his videos. I've learned so much from Jimmy. Let's see here. And there's this finished. And I love how he hides his back rail. It is so cool. It changes the whole perspective of that module, for modules. Thinking out of the box. Totally thinking out of the box. Now, I don't remember if I think that was his candle factory there. I don't know if candles would be a good thing to ship in a boxcar in the middle of the summertime. But again, check out Jimmy's videos. There's a link down below. I'm so excited to have this finished. I love this thing. I can't wait to paint it and dress it up. He does have like 2 different designs for the roofs, and you can run wiring. I don't know if you can see it from it's gonna wash out. But he has channels on the inside, so you can literally run lights around on the model. This way you can hide the wiring instead of having it, like underneath. But I think I'm gonna light it up with some 5-volt lights. I found a strand. It's 5-volt white LEDs, but they're bright little farts. And instead of usually when you cut the roll, it's like every 3 lights. But with the 5-volt, I've noticed it's every light. So you can literally cut off each individual light. If you want 4 lights instead of 3, you can do 4 lights. The other thing is you can just cut out to 1 and wire that 1 light and use it anywhere. So it's like having a roll of countless of single lights. And I think I'm going to do another one of these, and I'm going to run the wiring through first, or as it builds up. So I'll pause the print like halfway up, and then maybe like hot glue some of the wires in, and then leave some loose where I can pull it out, and then run those LEDs because you're going to have a sticky back, so you can stick them right to the ceiling. But yeah, I love this model. This one turned out really, really good. So we are at pretty much our hour mark. We made it. We actually assembled this within that hour. The coolest thing is you can print this in different colors. Like there's a brick red I could have done the walls with. The top, I could have done that in 2 colors with the bamboo. I could have done the sides and done a red strip around the edge. But yeah, this is it. This is the red rocket. Let's see here. Isn't that just so cool? I can't wait to get this out on the layout. I'm thinking about, okay, I picked up an Amtrak Bullet, G-scale bullet train, and it for what I paid for it, it's great. I paid a little over $160 for the the train, and it's two engines in a car, and I picked up an extra car. Um, but it has a couple small flaws. It has a crack in the front, and then it's missing one of the. Oh, of course, I'm going to draw a brain fart. The electrical connector for the wires up on the top, which I can easily design in 3D print, which isn't too bad. But I'm almost tempted on taking that and changing up the design and maybe call it Voltec, paint it blue, put Voltec labels on that train just for fun. I wouldn't mind to have a little photo op with this, and it would give the impression of a Voltec train. You look at the era, it would have been the 40s, 50s. So we could do steam and get away with it. I mean, the Voltec or the Fallout trains are a little more steampunk, but it's all good. It is all good. But on that note, guys, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for showing up. Like, subscribe. I'd say share with your friends, but it is what it is. Now this coming Friday nights, we're gonna do our Friday show at 6 o'clock. We've changed up our time a little bit. This way it's convenient for other people and myself, and it's not so late in the evening. So we'll be doing our lives at 6. That's trains and tech. Friday, our Ballard Designs. You'll find me hanging out there. We talk a lot about CNC because you guys know I love my laser and I love my router and my 3D printers, and it's all CNC. Theoretically, your inkjet printer is a CNC, but it's all good. It's all awesome, actually. Awesome. Don't be afraid of the new printers. Like I said, we just picked up a new Flash Forge, and I'm very impressed on how easy it is to use. Like I said, my kids literally unboxed it. We did do a video. I don't know if it's going to go out or not. We'll see. But yeah, they literally unboxed it on their own and set it all up and got a first printout on it. I was impressed. I was really impressed. My daughter was at first, but she I think she wants another one. But as far as that's concerned, I'm going to let her have at it with my my bamboo because it's multicolor, and that's going to give her that step up. But gotta love technology, and it's so cool that we can now bring it into our hobbies. Especially you can see here with the Red Rocket gas station. Oh, I love this thing. Talk about bringing the kid back out. I can't wait to get some cars. So I'll give you an idea of the scale. It's just perfect. It's just, look at that. I just got to get some matching cars for Fallout to add to this, and dude, this is awesome. But on that note, be kind. Give the ones you love a big hug. Stay on track. You guys have a good one, and thank you so much for stopping by.